If I see one more time jump, what's going on YouTube? Welcome to SIBZ, West Coast, East Coast Siblings, where we talk about your favorite movies and TV shows. I'm Chris, that's Sid, and let's dive into this one, which is all about Daryl and Leah.
Yeah, it's really interesting. So for the whole time, obviously TWD has been gearing us up for Daryl and Connie, and then all of a sudden we learn that Daryl has had a previous relationship with some other woman during the time he was away right after Rick's death, and her name is Leah. So we learned more about that.
So before we get into it all, be sure to hit the subscribe button, click the bell so that you don't miss as we build the best movie TV show watching community on YouTube.
Yeah, so what did you think of this episode?
Yeah, so I thought it was obviously a filler episode. It was nice to see, there was somebody that we weren't aware of over the last 5 years. I mean, we knew about the big 5-year time jump, and so, of course, they were going to go back to that to fill in little details over time. But this episode sees a character, Leah, show up, and that's where he gets the dog. They never really answered that question, but we got to see some of that. And we also see Daryl has yet another love interest in addition to Connie. In the last 5 years.
Yeah, it's a little interesting because, I mean, obviously Connie's still missing, and I thought Daryl's motivation for, going out there in the woods was to, keep looking for her. Sort of find out that he goes back to the house of his old lover is interesting. But I think, too, what they're going to do is his Leah is going to show up somewhere down the line.
But obviously the biggest thing from this episode is, are Carol and Daryl broken up? Is that it? Carol kept saying our luck has run out.
Yeah, she did, but I think she was talking about life and living in general. Yeah, I mean, we've seen it a lot all through last season. Carol just keeps doing these crazy things, and Daryl keeps standing up for her, and then she just keeps going. And I think Daryl, we've seen him have enough a few times, and I think in this episode he's just fed up. He's like, you know what, you're right.
I mean, he definitely would have more people in his life right now if not for Carol's craziness. And it's so funny because this whole, past season and this season, I've been angry with Carol. Like, man, why is she being so dumb? And why is nobody, calling her out on this? And then Daryl finally does. And I'm like, man, this feels bad. Like, I really do like Carol and Daryl. And, she kept saying their luck has run out. I hope that they get a chance to reconcile before either character dies, which is also a possibility.
Yeah, I mean, I know AMC had released a press release a couple of months ago saying that there was going to be a Daryl and Carol spinoff of the show. I don't know if that's still happening, but they were definitely, Scott Gimple said that was in the books. They were thinking about it.
Yeah. I mean, this show has been around forever. I really do think it's temporary. They'll get back together. But I think, it just goes to show everything is falling apart. Not just, their standing and all their settlements like the kingdom and everything, and Alexandria, but now even their relationships, the bedrock, with Michonne now gone, Daryl and Carol are the bedrock of the show. And so to see them also having a hardship is tough to see. But I think ultimately it doesn't matter because I can't stand all those time jumps.
Okay, all right. But The Walking Dead is iconic for that at this point. They do that. They jump a year or 5 years ahead, and then they show you what happened to other characters.
But when you do it 10 times in an episode, I mean, we went from 5 years back to 2.5 years to all the way, I think, as close as a year and 9 months. Was as far back, but every scene, so you really got disoriented. I wish they had done that in a different way. It was a little confusing.
Yeah, I mean, I can see what you're saying. I also thought it was interesting that they had a filler episode like this so early in the season, but I think technically we're still in season 10. I think, yeah, we're still in season 10. So, but it feels like a season premiere. It feels like we're in season 11. So it's kind of confusing to have this sort of long episode that doesn't really have anything to do with anything and all these time jumps. The second time we see The Walking Dead since, February of last year.
With this being a filler episode, they didn't really advance the story too much. So those are the biggest takeaways from the episode. We have the introduction of the character Leah, as well as the possible breakup Forever, we think not, of Daryl and Carol. So definitely let us know what you think of that down in the comments below.
I feel like The Walking Dead is kind of playing with us as their fan base. They're like, we know you're loyal. We know you're going to watch whatever we put out. You're just going to have to like sit through these boring, dumb episodes until we start season 11, like the final season.
You know, they just wrote, and it's only 6 episodes. So I feel like they just threw these on here. And if anything, I think they'll just serve as story pieces or filler background information for the final season. I think Leah will probably play a bigger role in the last season along with Connie, and so that's why they had to introduce her here.
Alright guys, well that's all we have for this week's episode of The Walking Dead. Don't forget to like this video. If you like this video, go ahead and comment, subscribe, and click the bell so you can be notified of all things SIBZ. Servant, Superman and Lois, Snowpiercer. I just finished covering WandaVision, so you can check out that episode of our season finale coverage with the Letta Quente Ledger. I'm also covering Debris, which you guys seem to be liking. I don't know why.
Yeah, we've got a ton of more shows coming. Don't forget, Falcon and the Winter Soldier is coming up, as well as King Kong and the Snyder Cut in just 11 days as of the recording of this episode. So guys, ton of content coming your way. So you want to make sure that those notifications are turned on so you don't miss when we drop an episode. Thank you guys so much for watching, as always, and we will see you in the next one. Peace.